The Scottsbluff County Board on Monday made a push to tackle food insecurity in our area. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, reorganization of the county board and helping a local nonprofit get funding for food security efforts were among the items completed by the Scottsbluff County Commissioners Monday evening. The board agreed to sign off on a community development block grant application for the United Way of Western Nebraska for money to address food insecurity. Amy Sapp with the United Way and PAD explained how the grant of more than $231,000 would be used.
The project proposes to address multiple public service issues in food insecurities in Scottsbluff County that were caused by COVID-19 pandemic. The funding will create increased food capacity through purchase of additional food resources for the food banks, expanded mobile food pantries, associated non-food supplies and equipment to prepare and respond. The response increases the capacity of available source of resources to the food desert that we have here from COVID.
The board also reorganized with Ken Meyer and Mark Harris being approved as the chair and vice chair, respectively. Commissioners also approved the continued tenure of all the county's appointed officials. Well, it was a light agenda this week for the Gering City Council. Following the swearing in of re-elected council members Pam O'Neill and Cody Bowl, the council approved a request to fund the purchase of one of the two large, expensive mowers budgeted for the Parks Department. Director Amy Seiler explained why the staff recommendation was to obtain a used mower.
The Parks Department will be able to pick up in February, and so I'm coming to ask for you to approve the bid for a used Toro 4000D wide area mower from LL Johnson Distributing for the cost of $54,500. There is a trade-in of $5,000, and that is included in that fee that I had shared with you.
Seiler said there was no warranty on the equipment, but the seller would be going over the equipment to ensure operability and that any prior known issues have been repaired. The council also agreed to final approval of a change in the truck routes for the city, waiving the second reading and giving the ordinance final approval. We'll have more news right after this.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
Welcome back. A 39-year-old Scottsbluff man has pleaded no contest to a variety of charges in a recent consolidated plea deal. Last month, Chad Worth pleaded no contest to 2 charges of attempted distribution of methamphetamine, escape following custody, and violation of a harassment order, which were filed throughout 4 criminal cases. He'll face a mandatory minimum of at least 3 years in prison and will learn his fate when he's back in court for sentencing on February 9th. Well, a man who had overstayed his welcome as a guest at a Scottsbluff home and assaulted the owner has been sentenced. Albert Ramirez was arrested in May after police responded to a physical altercation on West 15th Street. Witnesses say Ramirez was punching and choking the woman whose home he had been staying at for the past few nights. Ramirez pleaded no contest to felony charges of assault by strangulation and terroristic threats, And last month in Scottsbluff County District Court, he was sentenced to time already served, which equated to 217 days in jail. And Nebraska's 3rd District Congressman Adrian Smith issued a statement following the House passage of the Family and Small Business Taxpayer Protection Act. The bill would prevent the IRS from using its massive $80 billion infusion of taxpayer dollars to squeeze more revenue out of American taxpayers. Smith said the last thing that the American people need right now is more audits from an out-of-control, bloated IRS. He says the bill leaves in place funding for customer service and IT improvements because the IRS is in need of reform. The Family and Small Business Taxpayer Protection Act would defund the Biden administration's plan to hire 87,000 new IRS agents and block efforts to drastically increase audits on middle-class families while preserving funding for customer service and IT modernizations.
It's time for the recycling game. Question 1. Where do you recycle old electronics in the Tri-City area?
The Environmental Services at 609 East 2nd Street.
Correct. Question 2. Where can you find recycling trailers?
Trailers can be found in Gearing and Terrytown.
Correct. Final question. How can you dump recyclables and not have to sort them?
The Free Stream Recycle Bins from the city.
That's correct. You just won a cleaner and happier city, brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
For this week's featured pet of the week, we meet Daisy, a 3-year-old beagle mix who has a whole lot of love to give. Staff says Daisy loves to put her nose to the ground and explore, and they also say Daisy would prefer another animal in the home that is bigger than her because she doesn't realize how tough she can be. Her adoption cost is $150, and that includes her spay, vaccinations, and microchipping. Plus, whoever adopts Daisy will also receive a $25 Murdoch's gift card to start spoiling her right away.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
I really like how our OB department takes our limited amount of doctors and turns it into a strength. Even though we only have a couple of people, you get to know them well over your entire pregnancy. We have 2 state-of-the-art labor rooms that are new with our last addition. We have a couple of very nice postpartum rooms also right here in the hospital, so they can get as much time with mom and baby as possible.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your midweek community calendar. The Community Calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit, based in Alliance, Nebraska, is the only intercity bus serving Nebraska Panhandle communities and Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Panhandle Trails operates a regularly scheduled bus service, assisting you in making connections with Greyhound bus partners, regional airports, healthcare, employment and education opportunities, shopping, family, friends, and more. Panhandle Trails serves the general public of all ages and offers accessible transportation for those with special mobility needs. Let Panhandle Trails help you make your connection. Call 308-761-8747.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. Our personalized trust services can help you do just that. You've worked hard to build your legacy, and you want to make sure that gets passed on for generations to come. We offer the professional guidance necessary to ensure that happens, according to your wishes. We pride ourselves in being friendly and professional while offering a highly tailored full line of trust and estate planning services to accommodate you. You belong here.
And finally tonight, the 2023 mountain lion hunting season in Nebraska's Pine Ridge closed on Sunday when the harvest limit of 2 females was met. The season opened January 2nd, and excellent snow tracking conditions likely helped hunters find success during the short season. In accordance with the Nebraska Game and Parks Commission's management objective, the harvest of mountain lions allows the population to remain resilient and healthy while halting growth or moderately reducing the population size. It was the state's 6th mountain lion harvest season, the first being in 2014. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you here next time.